The knock came at exactly 7:12 p.m., sharp and hesitant, the kind of knock that already sounded like an apology. The CEO paused mid-sip, crystal glass hovering near his lips, eyes narrowing toward the heavy wooden door of his mansion. No one ever knocked on his door on Christmas Eve. No one ever came at all. He had built his life so high that people could only wave from below. And yet, that knock, soft, unsure, almost embarrassed, was about to change everything. If this story touches your heart even a little, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because stories like this deserve to be shared with people who still believe kindness can change lives. Ethan Cross had spent every Christmas alone for the past 12 years. Not because he lacked invitations, he had more than he could count, but because solitude had become his armor. As CEO of one of the largest tech firms in the country, his days were filled with boardrooms, numbers, and applause that never reached his heart. His nights, especially on holidays, were silent except for the hum of expensive appliances and the echo of memories he tried not to revisit. His wife had died giving birth to a son who never took a breath, and somewhere between the funeral and the first quarterly report after it, Ethan had shut down parts of himself that never reopened. This Christmas was no different. The tree stood perfectly decorated, arranged by professionals who had left hours ago. Gifts sat untouched beneath it, donated each year to charity without being opened. A lavish dinner rested on the table, prepared by a chef who was already home with family. Ethan had planned to eat a few bites, drink until midnight, and fall asleep on the couch like always. That was the plan, until the knock. When he opened the door, the cold rushed in, along with a man and a little girl bundled in worn coats. The man's shoulders were tense, his eyes apologetic. The girl clutched a small stuffed bunny, its ear hanging by a thread, but an eye missing. "I'm so sorry," the man said quickly, voice shaking. "I know this is inappropriate. My daughter saw your lights. Her toy broke. She thought maybe Santa lived here." The girl looked up, eyes wide, hopeful, unaware of social rules or embarrassment. "I didn't mean to break him," she whispered, holding up the bunny. "But he's sad now." Ethan stood frozen. He had dealt with hostile takeovers and courtroom battles without blinking, but this undid him. Something about the child's voice, the broken toy, the ridiculous sincerity of it all cracked a place in him he thought was sealed forever. "I'm Lily," she added. "And this is my dad." Mark nodded, clearly ready to be turned away. "We live in the apartment building down the street. I tried to fix it, but I just wanted to show her Christmas lights before bedtime. I didn't think." "Come in," Ethan said suddenly, surprising even himself. "It's cold." They hesitated, then stepped inside. Lily's eyes lit up at the tree, the lights, the sheer warmth of the place. She gasped softly like she was standing inside a snow globe. Ethan took the bunny gently. "He's not broken," he said. "He just needs help. Sometimes even the strongest things do." Mark watched, confused, as the billionaire CEO knelt on the floor, examining the toy like it mattered more than any contract he'd ever signed. Ethan fetched a small sewing kit from a drawer, something he'd never used before, and with clumsy fingers began stitching the ear back on. While he worked, Mark explained their life in fragments. He was a single dad. Lily's mother had left when she was 2. Money was tight, pride tighter. He worked nights as a delivery driver, days as a handyman. Christmas was simple this year, a small dinner, one toy from a thrift store. Ethan listened, really listened, for the first time in years. Not to respond, not to fix, just to hear. When he handed the bunny back, Lily hugged it fiercely. "Thank you," she said, then paused. "You look lonely." The words hit harder than any insult Ethan had ever faced. He swallowed. "I am," he admitted quietly. Lily thought for a moment, then smiled. "You don't have to be today." Something shifted then. Ethan invited them to stay for dinner. What started as awkward small talk turned into laughter when Lily insisted on rearranging the place settings and declaring herself Christmas boss. They ate together, shared stories, and for the first time in 12 years, Ethan didn't watch the clock. As the night went on, Mark tried to refuse help when Ethan offered a ride home, then groceries, then, hesitantly, a job. Not charity. A real position managing community outreach for the company. Ethan didn't explain why. He just said, good people shouldn't struggle alone.